Hello again, YouTube. Today we're going to look at some coins that I've had a chance to pick up locally. We're going to start with coins that I picked up at a flea market, and then we're going to go to coins that I picked up at a local show, and then we've got some coins that I picked up from my favorite local coin shop. So we're going to start with these flea market coins. I live in the greater Nashville area, and the Nashville Flea Market is one of the best flea markets in the country, and so there are multiple coin dealers who come out there, and we'll just start with this one that is the from the brand new American Innovation series of U.S. dollar coins. First one in the series is Delaware, dedicated to the lady who came up with the star classification system. And so they had to find someone from Delaware that had done something worthwhile. All the rest of these coins are from a $5 for $1 box. And we're going to start with some really old coins here. This one is in poor shape, of course, and it's got a hole, although it might be a chop mark in it. This is from Canada. Before they minted their own coins, we have a half-penny bank token from Canada. Commercial chance, 1820. So they didn't start making their own government-issued coins for 3 or 4 decades after that. Another Canadian bank token. This one has a large O on it, and it really small letters around there's kind of a ribbon here that says Quebec Bank written on. It's another bank token, half penny from 1837. I've seen a few of these before, and what's written on the ribbon is kind of important. There's about 4 or 5 different versions of there, and so this one is written in French. Province du Bas, Canada, uns sou or sal, I don't know how to pronounce that denomination. That is the same as a half penny. Here's another similar coin, and this one has something different written around the ribbon here. It says what has the word bank on the left. Another from 1837, another half penny bank token. This side has the same figure. That one's in even poorer shape than the previous one. And then finally, a full penny. This one is, as you can see, very well-worn shape, but it's a full penny bank token. So again, this was from about the 1830s. And if that was in better shape, then I probably wouldn't have found it in a $5 for $1 bin. While we're looking at vintage coins, we have a Napoleon III. That's not the Napoleon, but it is still France from 1856. And very well worn, 10 cents. Next we have from 1846, 10 centimes. And oh, this one is also from France, I believe. It says Liberté, Égalité, which I guess is their equality. 2 cents from Republic of, not France, but here it says Republic of Haiti. Next up, from Italy, this one is a nice coin because it's a silver coin, and anytime you can find silver in a $5 for $1 box, that's already winning the jackpot. But Italy, 5 lira from, well, I don't see the date on this one. But, oh, there it is, 1927. Next up, from Brazil, looks like someone has tried painting this coin or covering it in something here. It's 100 Reis from Portugal, 1900. Here we have 50 centavos, 1955, from Brazil. Two centavos, 1918, from Portugal. I love that design right there. I'm going to guess this coin has been cleaned, but that's why it would still be shiny, even though it's 100 years old. Again, from Portugal, we have 5 escudos. No, this one is from Chile. Then a small coin here. Let's take a look. 1 centesimo from 1900. And this one is from Italy. So that is smaller than a dime. So those are flea market pickups. All of those were 5 for $1, except for the $1 coin. Next up, we have coins here from a coin show that they had. The Nashville Coin Club has a show every year in, well, several times a year in Franklin. And this year, this December, it was coinciding with a large Civil War show that they had there at the Williamson County Fairgrounds. And so, as I bump the camera there, so several dealers here to look at. We're going to start with a Chinese cash coin. These are always interesting. Never know if I'm going to figure out exactly how old they are, but this one appears to have been cleaned because it's just so well worn, but then still shiny. That's I do my best to try and figure out where these come from, but or the age on some of these, but I can tell from this side. I recognize the China mint mark on it, but who knows if I'll ever get that figured out. We're going to come to a FAO coin here, and this one is from Thailand, although it's got something gooey on that one. Here's a bimetallic coin, 10,000 Medicays, maybe. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but Republic Mozambique from 2003. So, have not seen bimetallic coins from Mozambique before, or hardly anything. So that's a rhino on there. This coin is from Bolivia, and I'd never get in focus here. I love the font that is on this coin. I think that was pretty neat. And then over here is centavos, 10. It's 1937. The cents, the letter C, looks like Pac-Man on there. I think that's kind of neat. 2 ore. And oh boy, I forget all of these coins from that part of Europe: Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Netherlands. Some of the coins, you can't tell them apart. I'm thinking that's Denmark, but I don't know for sure on that one, since it doesn't say. It just has the King's monogram. Next up, 1964, Vietnam, 10 Dong from Brazil, 500 Reis, 1938. From Republic of Bolivia, we have 1 Bolivano. It says La Unión es la Fuerza from 2004. And then from Venezuela, where they have Simón Bolívar on almost all of their coins. This is a nice large coin. This is going to be 5 Bolívares from 1989. Now from Panama, 1940. Dos y medio centésimos de Balboa. So if I remember my Spanish right, that is 2.5 cents. So if you don't like math, be glad that we don't use a 2.5 cent coin here in America. We'll come to make sure that's all the loose coins here. We'll come to some of these. There was one dealer that specialized in older coins, had like a medieval era coins and 1700s, 1800s at a good price. This one is one quarter skilling, which I guess is about like a shilling, from 1825. Best I remember. Again, this one has the monogram and without the country name, but it's got the 3 crowns on it. I think that's Sweden. And then up next we have another coin. This one's well worn because this one dates back to the 1600s, but that has, again, 3 crowns on it. And this one is, I think it is 1/4 of an oar. It's really beat up. That's kind of what you expect from a coin that is that old. Next up, we have a German. I'd heard of Notgeld coins before, but I'm not sure that I'd ever heard of Kriegsgeld coins. But probably similar principle, where the emergency money or emergency coins made by local governments during World War I. This one's dated 1918, 25 Pfennig, from Koblenz. So that would have been seen when the actual government couldn't keep up with inflation there in Germany. Next up, we have a, I believe this one is from Spain. Cinco gramos. And so for a while, a lot of coins were valued based on their metal content. This is not a precious metal. This is copper, but still 5 grams of copper was considered to have value. Been there, 1870. This side probably has been cleaned. 200 piezas en Calog, 5 centimos, so 5 cents. So standing lion there holding a shield. Next up, from West Germany, my mistake, East Germany, 5 marks, 1969. So the communist Germany. I've seen a lot of their aluminum coins, but this one, 5 mark, made out of probably made out of bronze. Here has that kind of those instruments there in the middle of them. This coin was certainly interesting, maybe a little bit of a letdown when I actually figured out what it was. This is apparently a replica, but for $2, I guess I'm not going to complain about that. Now, right now, I don't even know if it's really made out of silver or not, but this is, it's in too good shape to be what it turned out to be. I had to do a little bit of investigating on this, but this would be a replica of a coin from the time of the Crusades. So we're talking the 1100s on that one. So still interesting. Wish it was made out of silver. I really have no way of testing that on my own. I mean, I guess I could get one of those testing kits and not worry about harming a coin that's not legitimate. But next up, from Liberia, they like making, I guess they like to export coins that Americans will purchase, and this one happens to be of W. Bush from 2001, George W. Bush, 43rd President of the United States of America, $10. Now, it's scratched because the holder it's in is scratched. The coin itself is okay, but that's not really worth a whole lot of anything. It's just the mint making a bunch of coins that they'd like to sell to other people. Now, here's a real coin, something that I think is quite nice. From France, 5 francs silver, 1849. This is 90% silver. It's written on here, over 0.7 ounces of silver on here, and then got a year of 1849 on this one. So that is a nice coin. And then rolled up in the envelope, we've got a bullion coin. This was spot price plus $2. We have a reverse proof, although with some milk spots on it, but a Canadian maple leaf. And this is my first reverse proof coin, and would have liked for this coin to have been in flawless condition and not have the milk spotting on it, but that is still a pretty coin. Especially when we look at this side where it doesn't really have the spotting as much on it. Usually it's the part that is smooth and mirror-like has been swapped out for the part that has more of a rough surface. So 1 ounce of pure fine silver, and I got that for spot price instead of paying some incredible premium for that. So those are nice. That's a nice coin. So that's what I got at the local coin show. Next up, we're going to look at from my favorite coin dealer in Nashville. That's going to be the Coin Purse located in Green Hills. First of all, some paper money that I picked up. We have 100 pesos from the Philippines. That's just in exchange value. I have some coworkers from the Philippines, and so that I talk with daily, and that's worth in exchange value more than the 50 cents I paid for this banknote. So it's always a plus. We have Italy, 10,000 lira, and that's some big numbers here. What do you have in the back here? We have, I'm not even going to try and read that. More of a plasticky type banknote, and has the little see-through windows on this one. And this right here, it has the number 10 that you can see through. So Nicaragua 10 Cordobas. And this next one took me a while to figure out what that is, because that I see Landsbunky Islands. Didn't know what that is, and I've never heard of that before until I remembered that the country of Iceland, they call themselves Iceland. That's how they spell Iceland. So this is the Bank of Iceland. So 10 kroner, dated 1928. I was surprised that it had the kind of the security window on it in 1928. On the back, it has a pretty waterfall on it. Next up, not just anything from Mexico. This is from the state of Chihuahua. Now, Chihuahua is not just the dog that barks a lot, but is also one of the states of Mexico. This goes back from a time where different states were allowed to make their own currency. So 5 pesos from there. Let's take a look at the back of this one. Well worn, but for 50 cents, hey, that's quite nice, and has a date of 1915 on it. Series June 1915. Next up, also from Mexico, we've got the 100 or 100 pesos. This one's dated 1978. Then finally from the Philippines, also This one goes back to World War II, I believe. This certifies that there has been deposited in the Treasury of the Philippines 1 peso payable to the bearer on demand in silver pesos or in legal tender, currency of the United States of equivalent value. So this certainly is when the United States was helping out the Philippines. It even has a border that reminds me of a $1 bill, but celebrating the victory in the World Wars, has victory stamped over 1 Philippines peso. So that was the paper money that I picked up from the coin purse. And I like the coin purse because it's about the only coin store in town that still has actual coin 4 for $1, but still has an actual coin bin to search through instead of just dealing with just only the silver and gold coins, but it has things that I like too. So we've got a Republic of China tin cash. There are about 20 different versions of this coin, all that have similarities, or they're all similar but slight differences. Next we have another coin from France, dated 1877 here, 10 centimes. It's going to be from Spain, Alfonso the 12th, 1878, 10 centimos. From a country you may have never heard of, Sarawak, 1 cent, 1886. That is today part of Malaysia. Now, this one has a big letter M scratched into it, but that is amazing pickup. Next up, we have another from France. We have another 10 centimes. This one's not quite as old as some of the others. We've dated this one 1917. May have been cleaned a little bit on that for to still have the original copper color. Libertad dos centavos. This was an old coin from Argentina, dated 1892. So we continue to look at the really old copper coins. We have another from Italy, Victor Emmanuel II, 5 centesimi, 1861. Another one from this one is from Japan. It is 1 sen. This one is from Austria, or as they call themselves, Österreich. Again, probably a clean coin for it to be shiny, even though it's 1851. 1 cruiser. Here is Ein Cruiser from 1842. This one is one of the countries that, before there was a country of Germany, it was all smaller countries. This one was from the country of Nassau. Smaller copper coin, also from Austria. 100, dated 1924. This one's worth 2. This is going to be from Hungary, where they call themselves Magyar, dated 1895. Coins like this are going to be really tough to identify. I believe this one was from Thailand. It's quite corroded. You can see a date of 1912 on the left, maybe. Here is a zinc coin probably from World War II times. It has Netherlands on it, 5 cents. Another zinc coin at 10 centimes. from Luxembourg. Now something more of a brass type coin. We've got 100 pesos from Colombia. Here we have Australia 2010, $2, and their $2 coin has an Aborigine chief on it. Finland, Suomi, 1993, 5 marks, or as they call it, marka. Vatican City. All of their coins are in very small mintages. This is 1 lira. From the Pope at the time is on the coin. This one is going to be Pope Pius XII. Queen Elizabeth on this side. We have East Caribbean states. Those are a lot of the smaller countries in the Caribbean area that all form together for one currency. This coin is practically proof-like. It is 10 cents from the Bahamas, dated 2016, so it might not be a proof, but it's new enough that it still has its new coin shine on it. Next up, Jamaica, $10, 2015. This one has 5 cents, has a crab on it. It is from Malta, dated 1986. From Sweden, has there's the 3 crowns still on it, 1 krona. 2016. And from the same series, here is the 2 kroner from Sweden. The King Carl the 16th. Last coin we have here, this is 5 stotinki. So this is from Bulgaria. A couple of coins that were not in the 4 for $1 box. We have this nice silver coin from the Philippines, dated 1947. They only made this for 1 year, 50 centavos coin with General MacArthur on it. I guess he had taken command there in the Philippines, and that is a nice silver coin dated 1947. And then finally, I was surprised that that I could get this. Now, obviously, this has a hole in it, and without the hole, this would be worth probably 3 times what I paid for it. But this is an 1854 US half dollar, and I can't say that I had this coin in my collection. If I did, it would have been worth, you know, $30, $40, $50. I paid 10 for it, which is barely even over spot price on that. It just these days, a lot of these old coins that don't quite have the numismatic value, you can almost get them for just the silver content. And so he did have a collection of coins for sale that were you're practically paying for the silver content in them. So I thought that was a highlight. I know a lot of people are looking at this and say, why would you want such an ugly coin that has a hole in it that's worthless? But hey, I'm not paying, you know, $50 for for this coin, and I know I'm not going to be able to sell it for $50, but just to be able to see something like that, dated 1854. All right, next time I buy some more coins like I did here, I'll make another video. Thanks for watching.